This is The Sound of Thunder trailer. Whoa.
Eccles glanced across the vast office at a mass and tangle. A snaking and humming of wires and steel boxes. This shows sensory details because it shows that Eccles was looking around and it makes the audience interested. This setting from this point of view. This burning would on the instant beautifully reverse itself. This represents a metaphor because it is describing a figure of speech. This develops mood because it shows that Eccles is in pain. Time was a film run backwards. Suns fled and 10 million moons fled backwards. This shows it as a metaphor because it describes Eccles' emotion throughout the time machine trip. This builds up the setting throughout the time on the time machine. Far birds' cries blew in the wind. This shows sensory detailing because it builds up the mood of the atmosphere in the scene because of how the author describes it.
Look at the birds. They're so pretty.
There was a sound like a gigantic bonfire. Like a stone idol, like a mountain avalanche, Tyrannosaurus fell. This represents a simile because it is using like or his, comparing two things. This also shows setting details because it tells how the T-Rex died. His feet sank into the green moss. This is sensory detailing. It's describing how his feet sank as he walked. This builds up mood by describing how his feet felt like on the ground. His face was cold. His mouth trembled. This is an example of sensory detailing and mood because it shows that Eccles was trembling from fear. And it sets the mood by how the fear of his mistake overshadowed him.